Hey, Jarnell, Isaiah, welcome to the podcast, guys. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you having us.
What's up, man? What's up, man? All is well.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you guys could be here today. Jarnell, I'll start with you. You've been a little bit in the NBA, a little bit in the D League, played overseas. What would you say is one thing that sticks out in you from your professional career so far?
Yeah, so are we talking on the court or off the court?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Well, yeah, on the court, man. I feel like I keep it real just based on the way I play. All right, we talk about, I don't know if you grew up watching basketball, but, I was a huge, basketball, football guy, but I love Shaq. I love Karl Malone. I love, like, even Kevin Garnett at times, but it seemed like nowadays we have a new gen where it's like everybody want to be Steph Curry and shoot threes by half court and shit. Like a guy like me who want to bully you and punish you and put you in the rim, it sometimes punishes. My style of play. I mean, I grew up watching Zebo, who ended up being my mentor, my teammate later on. But I would say one way I've been able to make sure or keep it, completely honest and authentic is that I've really, really drawn and paid attention to details on defense, athleticism, rebounding, hustle, IQ, these small things that make that would glue a team together. I feel like I would be that guy that could help a good team like the Miami Heat or the Clippers. I would be that guy that can help them get to the next level just off of pure winning plays, being that guy that push guys to be a 6 a.m. Or get to the gym and stay later, showing the young guys how to work. Also being a guy that's, all about the team, would take a charge and, grab rebounds. If, a guy getting Mike Conley face, I'm that guy that'll step in the middle and say, "Hold on, bro. Like Mike Conley, I got this. Hold on." Like but I'm showing, I'm basically what I would say the epitome of what you would call a great teammate. So I would consider myself a glue guy. When I grew up a top 10 player, we talk about my skill set. Like I grew up a scorer. It's hard. It's hard just coming to this realization. So I mean, we have a new gen where I was a 4-man. I'm now considered a 5. But growing up, to be a 4-man that would shoot threes and wasn't really a bully, that was a bad thing.
Right, right.
It was called a tweener. So tweeners had no place in the league. Seriously. So now I'm in a situation where I have to decide. Like now tweeners are great. And now the bully guys are the ones that take getting a bad route. Who knows what next gen will be like, but that's where I am right now. So now I have to come to a realization that okay, post scoring isn't as highly chased after. So now I have to get better in other areas, and I've really taken a step to be a better teammate, better person, better fan favorite. All this political stuff that you have to deal with.
Right, right.
I've really taken those steps, and I'm just letting the chips fall where they may. I mean, I was literally just with the Grizzlies last year, so I was with the Heat with China. This year, I was on the best team in the CBA before COVID broke out over there and just sent everybody into a fury. And now, I would say that I was not only on the best team, I was able to also work on skills and work on things off the court that would not only help me in my business and doing podcasts like this, but also help me become a much better basketball player, NBA player, hopefully in the near future. When I was with the Grizzlies, I'm gonna let Isaiah talk. I literally was in a situation where I was back on my team, my hometown. Like I'm from Memphis. I got drafted there, played there 2 years, then got traded to the Heat. Then I spent some time on their G League team when I was there. But with the Grizzlies, I was back on their team just last year. Like dream come true. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I thought I was out for a second. Now I'm back in this thing. It's like you just the air, the food tastes different once you get back in. Once you've been out, you go back in there. Like now you appreciate the cold tub and the sauna. This stuff. It's all different. And literally like I was there for 3 weeks, and then on that third week, Marshawn Brooks got hurt. Kyle Anderson got hurt. Dylan Brooks got hurt. Chandler Parsons just fucking spazzed out and went home. He just left. So now me as a big man, I have to deal with 4 guards that just left. So that was literally my last time in the league. You know, it's just political situations that you can't control. When I was the hard worker, the guy that was, really, really, really after it. You know, I was, gluing the team together, trying to make the best of the situation. And, it's just life. You can't control how the weather will perform. You know, all you can do is just protect yourself and build up. But yeah, tell me more about, tell us about you and how your career been and how everything going.
Well, man, to answer that question on me, I started off, play basketball my whole life. Ultimately, I looked up to Jarnell and my older brother, Chris. But I kind of took another different path. I also played football too when I was in high school, and became I was actually the number 1 left tackle in my class.
Oh man!
This is in the middle. I think want to say my 10th, 11th grade year. This is in the middle of me just starting to get offers from high school in basketball, and then I just get a surplus of offers from like Bama comes in and offer me LSU. I got Notre Dame and just a lot of football teams that was just coming in and offering me. So ultimately, I stopped playing just due to health reasons. But I think that football mentality carried on in my player style. And I'm from Memphis also. I've always looked up to that grit and grind play. I felt like that's how I needed to play. But also, seeing my brother play, I also found out what was needed. So I also tried to implement that. And like in high school, when I transferred from Memphis and went to IMG, I was labeled a shooter there. You know what I mean? But now in college, I'm a post player and the grit guy. But it's crazy how those two worlds can combine and collage. So yeah.
Isaiah, real quick, let's stick with you real quick. Who would you say you model your game after?
Obviously, I looked up to my brother my whole life, watching his game from middle school to the league and seeing that. But I've also tried to take game from a lot of other players. Like my favorite players would be Carmelo Anthony, Marcus Aldridge, Zebo. You know what I mean? So I try to mix and model and mesh a lot of games with mine. To be honest with you.
Okay, and Jarnell, you mentioned you were teammates with Zebo, Zach Randolph. What kind of mentorship, what kind of advice did he give you when you guys first began to be teammates, seeing him in the locker room every day?
It's all business. It's all business. I remember like even going to him like hearing trade rumors. Like, man, I think they're gonna trade me. I think like, what do I do? What can I do? It's all business, young fella, man. Don't even take none of these folks serious. Just keeping it honest, man. He really, gave me great advice by just telling me that, the only thing you can do is focus on yourself. And, being a guy like, Zebo would love what I say. He's probably one of the most underrated players in NBA history.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying.
And off the court too, he's underrated. The lifestyle, man, is crazy, dog. And I still plan on, I'm considering a business venture in music with him to this day. And so this tells you what type of character he is. I mean, he really looks out for younger guys. I mean, but, people can say whatever they want about a guy like Zebo. I mean, he shows up to work for sure. He's a happy guy. I mean, he's very happy. Like within, like when you get around him, he's always smiling, always got some jokes up his sleeve. And, you can clown him for his past, but you've never really been in his shoes. I mean, seriously, this guy could just, do some of the things that he's done that got him in trouble just from the need of, not having a dad in his life. I mean, he's sometimes mentioned it in ways that let me know that, that's something that was big going on. And I may be sharing too much, but, I really do have compassion. I mean, he's that guy that, goes to the hood and pass out turkeys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He really cares about the people.
Okay. Isaiah, with you being at Memphis, a basketball player in college, how are you preparing for the upcoming season? I don't know what you're able to share as far as things that may happen in the fall, as far as the new season coming up. but how are you staying ready? And then what has your coach been telling you as far as how to prepare for the upcoming season?
I mean, this season is most definitely tricky. I think personally that we are gonna mirror what the league is gonna do. So if they are gonna play and it goes all well, I think it's gonna channel and ladder down the way. But we just started back, to be honest, like a week or two in. Coach just started doing one player, one coach at a basket. So it's definitely social distancing implemented, but I don't know how you can do it with, a season and thousands of fans. It doesn't make sense, but I'm all here to find out.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, because like with college players, you can't really have like a bubble or like a one central location, because y'all might have to go to class instead of do stuff online. So everything there, it's all tricky. But I'm interested in like how is that one-on-one period? Because you guys can't really do 5-on-5. Well, you guys haven't done 5-on-5 from what it sounds like. But that one-on-one time, what are some things your coach is working on you with to kind of perfect your craft?
Definitely the mental side has been going up crazy. I think with this staff and with what we're learning right now, I feel like we're going to be on the top side of any team mentally. I'm not saying that we're preparing physically, but I think that just learning from these minds, like we have NBA minds, the NBA staff, and I think that we're just going to be subpar mentally.
Okay,
sure.
Okay. Last question, Jarnell, this is all for you. Stokes Superfoods, it's on your Twitter page, it's on your Instagram. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we're a premium supplement and hemp company that create botanicals from scratch. I started this company when, I can just go to the play of when I first had the idea. Freaking being backed down by JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee freaking backs, yeah, you know how this story ends. So I ripped the ball from him, but he steps on my foot, breaks my foot, I'm out for the season. So now I'm in a situation where I'm in Denver, this Southern kid who, I'm at this time somewhat introverted. I still have some anger issues. I like women, I like social media, and, I wake up and go to the gym every day. That was pretty much my life. Go home, video games, maybe hit up a chick and blah, blah, blah. So with that being said, I was in a position now where I was going through a self-identity crisis. Like I was hurt, team let me go the next day. So now I'm at the crib. What do you do now? Like I can't go to the gym. That was my meditation away from a lot of stuff. So now that's taken away from me. Who am I? I call up family members about XYZ, and it's foreign to them. Like, so now they don't want to talk about anything but basketball. Family, friends, I try to do podcasts like this one, and it's like, shit, you aren't Jarnell Stokes no more, It's all like baseline questions. I talk about other things that's like spiritual or business, and it comes off as like, you're an athlete. What are you doing talking about this? Even me getting this question from you on a sports show, man, I got to commend you. Like, you talk about Stokes Superfoods, but let's be honest, like, we're in the sports world, many don't care about, alternative healing and spirituality.
That's true.
It's more so, we're in this position where we're told to, shut up and dribble, and, whether they're, drinking beers or whatever, that's another story, but the psychology of that. But let's not go there. More so than anything, I started Stokes Superfoods after I figured out that I mentally just wasn't going to be able to help people unless there was a reason. And I'm just being 1,000% honest. Our long-term play is to help medicine. So we mix Eastern and Western medicine to complement certain Western practices. And we're creating specific supplements to target certain diseases. But, we also have this thing with CBD, which is our most sold product right now, that is just freaking off the charts, man. It really helps. The numerous athletes are coming out, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. So just as a business owner, as an athlete, a guy who won 2-3 gold medals, second round, to my 35th pick, millions of dollars, been able to do a lot of great things into the world. I'm now in a position where people just didn't really want to hear what I had to say. They didn't care about my spirit, my mental, the depth, the history that comes with me becoming who I am. So I figured that, oh, wow, if I start a business, that'll be an excuse to raise awareness. And that's just totally why I started. Like, literally, that's where it came from. And then it turned into all these great things like CBD and the ability to, change Western medicine. And now we have different doctors and all these great uncommon people wanting to be a part of it. Like I'm, in negotiations with Lori Shemmick, who is a Huffington Post world-renowned doctor. She's been on just Dr. Phil's show, all these great things that she's been a part of. Now she's about to be our spokesperson, and she only wants to do that. Like, it's not about the money, and that's one big thing that I'm learning. That with me joining the entrepreneurship journey to raise awareness, help people have empathy, and not make money, it's made my job so much easier. It's like I'm just attracting great people, man. Seriously. Great question. I appreciate that. Like, I was shocked. You get on the sports podcast, you want to talk about, what's going on the court, man. So I salute you for asking that question.
Yes, sir. No problem. No problem. One thing I try to do is, I know sports are big. It's a sports show, but there's so much more to life than just basketball or football or baseball, whatever sport people play. So things like you're doing with Stokes Superfoods or the race things that are going on right now with social injustice, there's so much more we can talk about. And one thing I try to do here is utilize this platform to talk about things like Stokes Superfoods or race issues. It doesn't matter to me. I know some people may not like it, but there's so much more, and it's great to utilize the platforms we have to influence others for good. Do y'all have any last comments y'all want to make, either about Stokes Superfoods, about basketball, about life in Memphis, anything?
Nah, stay safe. Wear your mask, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Personally, I think we have a mental health crisis. It's a mental health pandemic, bigger than COVID, like way bigger than COVID. Like I'm definitely very secure about wearing my mask. Like, I'm out here in LA right now. I want to go to the beach, but it's too damn crowded, so I'm not going. I have been going and like watching, but like I'm not a critic. I'm not the guy saying that, oh, this is a hoax. But we have a bigger issue, a much bigger issue, and that's the health crisis going on. And I would say one way to stop is to just go within. A lot of times I found myself from going dark. Like, once I got hurt, JaVale McGee, I just shared, broke my foot. I may have just put my phone away and just somehow through journals and through business plans and through just trying to do more in the world. Like, whether I was I had this movie idea, I remember, and I called production companies. I didn't know what the hell to do once you get a movie idea. So I got turned down like 30 times, and here I am 2-3 years later with that movie idea in a pilot, now pitching it to Netflix and Time Warner and doing all these great things that 2 years ago I was depressed. But it took me to first learn what's going on in society. All right, let's break it down. I mean, I don't know how you feel about religion, but I'm well aware that some churches don't always have the best intentions. So a guy like me who was trying to get out this depressed mindset, this self-identity crisis, I couldn't go to church to figure out the truth. That's one way. We go to music. It was when I used to love Future. I used to love Drake. That was bumping on my playlist 24/7. You don't think that weighed on my brain and my actions, on how I move? They talk about how great it feels, and put you in that mindset to want to turn up. Shit. Once I got rid of that, I figured out who I was. That's basically what I'm saying. So the way I found myself in this mental health crisis was just being real with myself. Like, I got a little brother right here, and I haven't always been real with him. Sometimes, like, growing up, I was mean growing up. I was sometimes an asshole, and now I can say this. And because I can be real with myself, I'm able to, really escape a lot of my bad, behaviors. I was able to look at, who I was growing up. So I'm only saying this to say, man, I see a lot of stuff, like, people panic about COVID, but I really, really wish the media would emphasize how, even though this is a sports podcast, let's put it in perspective. Like, sports, these players aren't your idols. I'm not your idol. Like, I signed so many autographs, but I want to be able to help people in a way where, I never could, putting the ball through a hoop. This entertainment is just an avenue. So with that being said, man, I'm, just gonna hand it over to you for sure. But I really want to just stress that, COVID is just as serious. Mental health is just as serious as COVID, AIDS, diabetes, all this other mess, man. And I look into history, and last thing I'm gonna say, man, I looked into history, the 1918 Spanish flu, like literally the second wave, the next year is when all the deaths happened. We're talking, how many deaths was it? Over five to what, 50?
50 million.
Yeah,
It was in the
yeah.
millions, yeah.
So, and right now we're in like the 100,000s. We have better medicine, XYZ, better times for sure. But back then they came to a realization, and the only way they were able, and we haven't even experienced that second year that we just wiped out the freaking world. So we don't know how this will go. But the only way they were able to get past it, they literally just said, as a team, we're just gonna have to accept the dust. So I'm in a situation now where I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, as a basketball player, like, should I play ball? Like, should I go out there and play? Like, knowing this, and then I know we'll have to get vaccinated, and we talk about who's creating the vaccine. So, man, this is just a glimpse, man. We have to do this again another day, man. Seriously.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely will. Jarnell, Isaiah, this has been a lot of fun. We'll have you back on once again. I appreciate, Jarnell, what you did at the very end, shining light on mental health and how we need to just really check on people and take care of things that we can take care of. Because I know people, I just got a comment, a text on Friday that a former coworker's best friend committed suicide. So, yeah, this whole I've heard of one of my high school classmates overdosed on heroin. So during this time period. So COVID's crazy, but it's way bigger stuff out there, bigger stuff than sports. COVID's big, but it's stuff that's just as big, if not bigger than that, that's affecting us every day. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Isaiah, it was fun to have you on as well. We'll definitely do this again.
Thank you.
Most definitely, man. You got to lose that hat, though, next time.
I was wondering if he was going to say something about that.
Yeah, Rams fan all day.
Okay. I might get one for next time.
For sure, man. Hey, well, I'll be on anytime, man. Just let me know.